Oh, hello there. I, I'm not even gonna lie. I saw you, but didn't really know what to say. So I'm gonna start hitting this bag again, and yeah. How about that Logan, eh? I don't know why I left that on a dreary note. I actually didn't even really like this movie. I could just flat out say I loved it. I don't know really where to start with this one. It's such a well grounded, realistic approach to the Logan character. Something that I feel like everyone has been like salivating for like years. So like, yeah, probably about 17 years I've been looking forward to this one. I don't even have enough fingers to hold that up. And if I did, Logan probably come in here and be like, "Hey, cut that out." Oh man, he should. Because I should cut this out, alright? That's enough of that. Takes place like 20 years ahead of the future, which kind of works because, you know, like the first X-Men movie came out roughly 20 years ago, so we'll say that it's about 20 years. And, you know, everything's kind of gone to hell. Like, there's not that many mutants there, and to stop describing the plot, I'm just gonna start listing the stuff about it, I guess. I still don't know what I'm doing, clearly. Damn it. Hugh Jackman in this movie, I mean, just to say, in all the movies, Hugh Jackman has always been a highlight when he's shown up as Wolverine. He embodies the character, he looks like him, he probably even smells like him, and I appreciate that. He comes in swinging, like, this right here is the first chance I think we seriously have at an actor getting an Oscar nomination for his performance in a, quote, comic book movie. But honestly, I think that his shot is just as good, if not better, than Patrick Stewart, who also comes in swinging. I mean, it's not swinging, it's more like, you know, like fidgeting in a wheelchair, but he fidgets like a mug. All the performances, just to narrow this down to my point, is everyone is great. Hugh Jackman, he does his thing, and he looks like he's been through it, and he's tired of it. Patrick Stewart, like I said, he comes in wibbling and wobbling in his wheelchair, and he nails it. Like, a movie that didn't look like it was going to have any humor, that was going to be super dry, maybe to a fault. He brings really great humor and brings some great life to this movie that wasn't expected and is really welcomed. And last but not least, just of the leads, it's Daphne Keane, looking at my notes slash IMDb page pulled up on the left. She plays Laura, the little person there, we'll call her, the little girly girl with the knifey knives coming out of her hands. And yeah. She was very, very well created in CG, because there's no way that kid did backflips. But she, honestly, as far as the performance goes and not like the action stuff, she does a fantastic job. And there really is no more that you could have asked from her. Like, she had very little dialogue to work with, and she nails it. Like, she gives the type of performance that, like, you seriously got to know what you're doing to show that type of raw emotion. But, like, she takes those blades and goes, "Rah!" and cut. Cut, get it? You know, because Logan is a movie, so you cut. But let's get into, like, what this movie is really about. What really makes this movie so great. And it's the director, James Mangold. This guy almost does a perfect job, and I'll tell you why it's not perfect in my opinion, but he does an amazing job of setting this really dreary, dark tone in this post-apocalyptic western-ish movie that, like, had no right to look as good as it did. I mean, it was expensive. It's like a $98 million movie, but this looks like a little independent film, and that's one of the reasons what makes it so great is we actually have time to, like, get in close with these characters. Like, there's something that they show in the trailer, really, and it's really early in the film, where, like, Logan has just gone through a little, you know, scrap with someone, and, like, he's in, like, a gas station bathroom. It honestly looks like he's taking a shit, but, like, he's, like, squeezing bullets out of his arms, and it's just like, yes, this is what everyone wants. If you don't want this, you're 5 years old, stop watching this, go watch Teletubbies and Blue's Clues. Go watch Blue's Clues. Cut! And having moments like that where you just get to see Logan as something that feels real, that really amps up this movie. And a lot of the way everything is shot is really nice, but here's where I'm getting to like my slight criticisms. Don't get me wrong, I love the action, and you're gonna see my criticisms, and then you're gonna see my final score. You're gonna be like, what are you on drugs? Maybe. The action is just fucking stupendous, and it's really well shot, but it kind of, and a little bit, I'm not saying totally, this is not full Jason Bourne we're suffering from here, but you're suffering from a little bit of the Jason Bourne shaky camera syndrome, where it's like you have this beautiful effects, you have these beautiful makeup, where like you can just hold the camera steady. Yo, just set up a tripod. Just put a tripod down. Why'd you put a tripod? Oh yeah, sorry, the mouse is coming out. See, and I guess that's a difference between them and Marvel. They're really trying to distinguish themselves from that. And I guess that's cool, and don't get me wrong, I love the film regardless, but there were just a couple moments where I was like, ooh, if that would have been a little bit more steady, I would have been a little bit more happy. Apart from that and one other little thing, which I'll get to in a second, this movie is really fantastic, and there's no reason, like, everyone who is of age to watch this shouldn't see it. It tells a father and daughter story, like, probably the closest we'll ever get to with The Last of Us, like, really just, like, dark and, like, just goes there and, like, screaming fuck at kids. It's like, yes, this is, like, some real shit, and it's not feeling, like, forced, you know, like some other super movie that was overly dark, but that's the dawn of something else, and I will not talk about that bullshit. The pacing and all the music, it just feels right. There's action placed in the right places, and it slows down also in the right places to really give us a sense of these characters, because for some people, this is, you know, like their first time having the relationship. But like for those, you know, who are coming into this movie and have seen everything, they have, you know, like real nice bonus points, as I guess I'm gonna call it. Like for people like us, like the father and son relationship between Logan and Chuck, or Charles Xavier, is really unexpected and like really welcome, because it was a dynamic that creates this family within this movie that works super, super well. And again, going back to that being grounded in small, independent type film, which is super appreciated, unlike some over-budgeted type films that may have featured some cholo type people. Trying to block that. Yeah. Cholo type people. The Joker is not a fucking cholo! But for the most part, the story is told in a really great way. My only nitpick, really, and it is a nitpick, but it's something that I am going to pick out and explain to you all here, as you can clearly see. There's a part where they're trying to give some exposition for these kids who were experimented on, Laura, other kids like her. Although the footage is amazing and it's some really dark stuff that I'm surprised hasn't sparked some controversy, there is a part where there's this little girl with her blades coming out of her hands. She's just cutting herself over and over, and I was like, yes, that's what would happen. They'd be like, why is this happening? I'm healing. What the hell? Do I want to live? Am I alive? What is this? That is stuff that is super welcome into this movie. However, going back to the editing, speaking of editing, the girl who was filming herself to give this exposition to Logan, she must have some amazing software on her phone, because she basically made a short film documentary on kids being tortured, where there's a voiceover, it cuts back and forth between footage, and I was just like, you did all this on your cell phone? I mean, this is a minor thing, but the point is that if they would have just shown multiple parts of her going, oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, look at this. And then her filming herself talking, I think maybe that would have fixed the issue for me. But this is something that I can look past, and like, it's not really that big a deal. But like, I think that's all I really got to say, because I'll just go on and on about this movie. The action is fantastic. I love that there was a car with claws, basically. You know, that was really awesome. His limo going through the fence, but not going through it, and then having barbed wire on, and then catching people who got cut because barbed wire's sharp. That's awesome. That's something that we need to go, hey, James Mangold. Nice. So, like, just to give a very arbitrary number rating to this, this is like 9.5 out of I almost said out of 5, but out of 10. I mean, this is like, there's really nothing more that you could ask for from a grounded adult superhero movie. Like, it's almost impossible to top. And a big thing for me is if a movie has an amazing ending or an ending that sticks with you, that's bonus points for me. Because that's your ribbon you're wrapping at the end there. And if your ribbon is a mess, the whole thing to me looks like a mess. But the last shot of her pulling out the stick cross from the ground over Logan's dead body. I already said spoilers, so spoilers. When she sets down the X and you see those kids walking away. Oh man, so beautiful. Oh my God, like that's exactly what a movie does. Oh yes, Logan. I don't know how long this is going to turn out to be, but if you looked at my face and saw me do googly eyes, thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for more high quality content. By the way, just as a bonus thing, it's not my thing, but I like to go on this thing. It's called the Midnight Chat Attack, the MCA, if you will, and it is a spawn from the fans of doubletoasted.com, which if you don't know what that is, go look it up, it's amazing. Yeah, the MCA was spawned from the fans of that, and now they do their own thing, and every once in a while I like to stroll on over and say, hi, what's up? Also, make sure to go on Facebook and look up Praise Be the Fast One. If you don't know, then you gotta pray, because you need to praise be the fast one in all that is speed. It is a meme page and a lifestyle for all that is Sonic and speed. Sonic speed, to be exact. Thanks for watching high quality content, and stay high quality!